Well, hello, it's me, your quite unactive NieR YouTuber, NieR Drakengard YouTuber. Yeah, quite recently the NieR Automata anime started to air. Actually, it started airing yesterday at the time of making this video, so it's still fresh and hot, and I decided to make a video about my thoughts and stuff I noticed in the first episode, and kind of like reviewing it. It's, well, not really reviewing it, it's just like, I don't know, it's just a video. I watched the first episode, I was like, hey, I fucking love NieR, I wanna make a video. So yeah. I might gonna make this for every episode, video like this, but I'm not sure. If you're following my channel for a longer time, you will know that I'm not really the most consistent content creator, so don't expect too much. If you watch Drakengard 1, I'm eventually will finish it, not sure, we will see. Enough talking, let's begin with the important stuff. Well, I will still keep talking, but about stuff why you clicked on this video. Also, there will be spoilers for the game and probably the anime, so if you haven't played the game, I recommend to watch this video after finishing the game or when the anime is over and you watched it completely. The first episode starts with a monologue of 2B. It's not the same one as in the game, it's different. Why do I tell you this? Well, the monologue is actually the weapon story of Verge's contract. I mean, it's not completely word by word, but the meaning is quite the same. Right after the monologue, we get thrown into the action, where we are able to see the two types of animation used for the anime. One of the animation types used is the, I don't know how you call this, it's like the typical anime drawn style, which is pretty cool. I mean, it's an anime, so it has to be this one. It doesn't have, when we look at the newer Berserk anime, so there are only CGI animes, but I strongly prefer the ones with the typical anime style. And the other style is the CGI type, which looks, yeah, it's okay, or I think it's CGI. I'm not that into the animation stuff, so I don't have that much knowledge about it, if this is really CGI or if it's a different technique. But yeah, the CGI looks okay, I would say. It sometimes looks kinda plasticky, which sometimes looks really horrible, but sometimes you don't even notice it and think, hey, that looks pretty nice. But then on the other hand, you get transitions like this, like you can see in the background right now, where it goes from CGI to the anime style, where it feels like the CGI scene could be from the game and the anime style is just a cutscene, similar to some Atlas games, like for example Persona, where the game is in the game graphics, and then there are certain cutscenes that are fully animated. If you ever have played Persona 5, for example, you know what I mean. The non-CGI scenes look incredible though. I'm a really big fan of it. Just look at the battle scenes. They are just gorgeous. The way 2B moves, how she kills the machine life forms, how she swings the Verge's contract. It just looks so goddamn good and well animated. I hope they can maintain the level of animation quality throughout the whole anime. Maybe even improve the CGI a bit in future episodes. However, only time will tell if my hopes come true or if they will be smashed. The story so far is just a prologue of the game. We see both Route A and B at the same time, which does make sense to make it like this for obvious reasons. You don't want to have half of your or a third of your anime season to be the perspective of 2B, and then the second third of the season to be 9S's perspective. This would be really bad, and you would have to have a lot of story in little time. So yeah, that's, I guess, a good reason to do it like this. And right now there are no real differences in the story between the game and the anime, but this will change in the future for sure, because we know that there is a new character that I think only appeared in the stage play, if I'm correct. So yeah. What we can talk about is the opening though. The opening is called Escalate and performed by NieR. If you don't know who NieR is a Japanese pop singer and well known in the anime scene. She performed the opening songs for animes like Chainsaw Man or several Fate anime. The opening is good, I would say. It sounds like your typical anime opening. It doesn't really have the NieR soundtrack vibes, but it's an okay opening, I would say. But what I really like about the opening is the visuals. And one of the really interesting parts about the opening is the beginning of the opening. It shows the Tokyo Metropolitan Government Building, which is located in Shinjuku. The interesting thing about this is that Shinjuku is the area where it all began on the 12th of June 2003, when Kaim fought against the Queen Beast in Drakengard 1, ending E. This is also where it all started with the white chlorination syndrome, which leads to the start of Project Gestalt, which furthermore leads to NieR Replicant, and so on and so on. So there is quite some history in Shinjuku. This year is also the 20th anniversary of Drakengard, so is this maybe a sign that we get something Drakengard related? That maybe Square Enix won't ignore Drakengard, like they mostly did in the last couple of years. I mean, yeah, they did the collaboration with NieR Incarnation, but there was nothing really other than this. So what I will do is keep inhaling copium and hope for Drakengard remakes, or perhaps even a Drakengard 4, which would be amazing. Also, something interesting about the government building in the opening is that the facade of the building turns white, which actually looks quite similar to the structure from the copied city. There might be a meaning behind it, but right now it's really hard to say if there really is one or not. So yeah, it's like, yeah, maybe I'm just interpreting too much into this, maybe not. It's, yeah, something we will see in the future, probably. Lastly, let's talk about another scene I found really interesting. It's the scene where 2B first sees 9S in the anime. We can see 2B tightening her grip around the Verge's contract right before returning it to her bag. This is a scene that wasn't in the game like this. And it's kind of unique because it's kind of like foreshadowing the events of the game, because the emotions to be felt in this moment are probably kind of bittersweet. On one side, she's happy to see 9S, but on the other side, she fully knows how all this will end. In the end, 2B and 9S have met over hundreds of times at this point for the first time. Or at least for 9S, it was always the first time. For 2B, it was only once for the first time. The reason for this is simple. The purpose of 2B, after all, is to kill 9S when he finds out too much about Yorha. In that case, the memories of 9S are erased completely, but not the ones of 2B. She has to live with the memories of her killing 9S over and over and over again, which makes the story even more tragic. And it's really interesting that they decided to put this in the beginning of the anime. Maybe kind of like For people who know the game or who played the game, they will notice what the intention of this scene is. And for people who haven't played the game, it's just, yeah, a normal scene, nothing too crazy. So I'm curious if they put more of this kind of like foreshadowings into the anime before we get to ending A, or to the first ending. We will see ending A, that's for sure. We saw it in some scenes already, or parts of ending A we saw already. We will see how it will play out completely. Well, hello, I'm post voice recording Infernoise. I forgot to record this, but in the end of every episode there will be a little segment called the Puppet Show, where they showcase a different ending from the game, which is pretty funny and it looks kind of cute, which is nice. So yeah, that's all. Bye. Yeah, that's it for what I've written down. So now it's kind of like my thoughts without the script, and my English will probably get even worse than it already is. But yeah, what I can say about the first episode in the end is I really liked it. The CGI was, like I said before, meh. It could be worse, could be better. Maybe they will improve it, I don't know. So yeah, if you haven't watched the anime and you're like uncertain, should you watch it or not, I can recommend it so far. I will put the link to Crunchyroll in the description. And yeah, I'm not sure what to say anymore, so I guess I will end this video for this week. We will see if I make another one of those videos next week, maybe, maybe not. We will see. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you have a good rest of the day, evening, morning, whatever time zone you're in. And yeah, I bid you farewell and glory to mankind.